Good evening, ladies and freaks. This is Tom D.
And this is Nikki.
And we're in a show called Till the Cup Runs Dry. But we're planning to make a sort of a talk show, and we're in a secret location in Mandaluyong City.
We're in a room full of designer clothing that we're trying hard not to touch.
So this is the format of the show. We're supposed to be having some mugs here.
Yeah, but our producer...
Yeah, our cheap ass producer
did not do his homework.
Didn't provide us with a beverage. So the format of the show is supposed to be, we're going to be having these mugs, and we're just going to talk on the air about different kind of stuff. And we're just going to drink until the cup...
Yes.
Yeah, the cup runs dry. So hence the title. Okay, so Nikki... Could you tell our audience why did we start this show?
We started the show. I think the idea came about when the producer kind of got this idea that since NU107 shut down a few weeks ago, there's no more room for like the rock scene, for other bands to showcase their songs, blah 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 blah. So anyway, we thought, how about we make this show, we come up with a show that that can play these songs again. At the same time, we can also talk about certain stuff like in the media, any current events and whatnot. It doesn't have
things
to
that
be,
are new
yes,
around us.
it doesn't have to be necessarily just about the music. It can be about anything.
Anything new that could affect our life, socially or culturally, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, for those people who don't know, in the Philippines, there's this one premier rock station where they play only rock songs and introduces this new bands. So it's called NU107. It's been around in the rock scene for about 23 years. So a few weeks ago, they just decided to close the station because it wasn't making any money. Yeah.
But I don't think it was a surprise to everybody involved. Everybody kind of
I think some DJs of the station already had an idea that they were gonna be closing shop soon, but they weren't saying anything unless it was decided already.
To be honest, I don't know anything about it until the day that it actually shut down. I have not listened to the radio in a long time, but it is. I agree that it's the end of an era.
Yeah.
Because I grew up listening to Eraserheads and all that, and then I know a lot of people who are also in the rock scene, so I know a lot of people were affected by it, but like I said, I'm not,
Well, for me, it was a big thing because I used to listen to another rock station.
Another rock station?
Yes, there was two rock stations actually when I was younger. The first one closed up because of the same problems. So and then they reformatted into one of those stations that play pop music. So after that, I started listening to this other radio station. So that was NU. So I found out they were featuring more cutting edge, more like in the now rock.
I think the best thing about NU is they showcased a lot of bands that were unknown at the time, like Filipino bands, for example. So not just bands from the US, but also from here. Like they have that show that allows like university type bands to come in.
Garage bands.
The garage bands to come in and play their songs, which I think is a big deal to a lot of kids.
Yeah. I watched the interview of the founder, Mr. Atominares, on ANC. They started playing about new wave music, and then when there was a proclamation by the government to play at least 3 OPM, that's original Pinoy music, original Philippine music, 3 artists per hour, that's when NU started inviting garage bands to send in their demos, which actually started a boom in the band scene. Because after that, you can hear about the gigs of these underground bands in different locations around the metro. So with NU 107 closing down, first, there was shock, grief, sorrow, crying, jumping off first floor buildings.
First floor? That's pretty lame. First floor.
Well, obviously they have something to live for, so so they just wanted to make the proverb. Yeah. Oh, can't take it anymore. I'm gonna jump off this first floor. so for me, actually, I was really affected because I grew up listening to NU 107, and they have been a companion for me while I'm studying. While I was in college, I was doing these projects where sometimes I had to be up for 2 days straight without sleeping. So yeah, NU 107 was keeping me company with all those music, cutting edge music that was keeping me awake.
Keeping you awake.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. No. Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of my friends were really affected by this because a lot of them are in the rock industry, if there's such a term, the rock scene or whatever. My fondest memory of NU actually was they had a show called Time Bomb. I'm not sure if you know that show. I know the producer of the show.
Okay.
I got to know him really well, and then he died last year. So it was a great show. It showcased a lot of the punk bands, ska punk bands. I first heard of the Ambassadors in that show, so kind of like that. You know the Ambassadors?
Yeah, we got to play with them one gig. Yeah, that was the producer trying to hit me because we're not supposed to reveal our identity. I am Tom D. I am no one you know. Okay.
I don't want to say anything anymore because my producer might smack us in the head.
Okay.
So let's talk about this show, our show.
Yeah.
Till the Cup Runs Dry.
So we're just going to talk about things that are going to affect your life or our lives or people in general. And not only that, we're also going to feature some bands. So especially indie bands.
We're gonna play their songs.
So to all those indie bands out there, we are going to need your help. Please send in those demos.
Yeah, and send them to that email address you see on the screen right now. If you can't see it, because we can't. I'm kidding. Yeah, I think that's about it. What else are we going to talk about next week? What are we going to talk about next week? Do we give them like a preview of what we're going to talk about next week? Or
I think for now we're just going to keep it. I don't know, keep it a secret. But for those who are going to respond to this broadcast, send us a topic. If there's something you want us to discuss, then we'll give it a shot.
If there's someone you want us to call, or if you need advice on your love life, Tom D is here.
Yeah.
To provide some
I
very
am
interesting
the love
information.
doctor.
And please, it can be in Tagalog. Pwedeng Tagalog. Okay lang. Walang problema.
Especially those indie bands with Tagalog songs, so we're still going to play them.
Yeah, we encourage you we encourage you to send them out. Okay, our producer is panicking, so we have to cut this. So, thank you. See you next week.
Bye.